Hey, here's Steve Morris Engines. I'm Steve. This is that big block twin turbo Ford that we were talking about earlier in the other video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over you a little bit of the rest of the combination and what all is here, and go make some dyno pulls on this thing and maybe show you some of the lower horsepower numbers. So 598 cubic inches. Well, first off, customer sent this to us. He'd been collecting parts for years, or at least I think for years, quite a long time. And so he sent us block heads, intake manifold, camshaft, crankshaft, and turbos and header set. So he must have had it, or he's got it in the car and had it all mocked up. So this is the way it's in the car. Obviously, I don't have these turbo headers for the dyno. So basically what we did is we went through, finished it off. So finished it off and built it. So it was all new stuff, solid billet, VED cylinder heads with a VED intake manifold. Dual injector per cylinder, runs on methanol. This is not a drag and drive deal. There's no water in it at all. Has a solid cast block. I believe it's a CNS cast block. Might have just said that wrong. My apologies. Need to get up to date on all the big block Ford stuff. Cylinder heads and stuff I all understand, but there's different blocks and whatnot. So a cast block, billet cylinder head, billet intake manifold, methanol, has a R&R connecting billet aluminum connecting rod in this, and R piston and rod, or I'm sorry, our piston package, hard anodizing, our normal deal. So then we finished it off with all the valve train, got all that stuff all set up. This has a precision turbo, 98 millimeters, turbo smart wastegates, of course. We set up, believe we finished off some of the front stuff. This does have a really big billet Daly's oil pan. So that's always interesting. So really nice piece. We are going to make, he wants to make a lot of horsepower, but he wants to keep it to himself. That's his business. He wants to know, obviously, what horsepower it's making. He just doesn't want everybody else to know what horsepower it's making, which is cool. That's his business. And so we're going to go out there. We're going to make a run. It does have this, he did get a nice billet. I just really noticed that for the first time. I think I saw it, but it's actually a nice billet, little 2-into-1 piece, which is pretty nice. But anyways, we're going to go out there. We're going to make a hit on this thing, and then I will show you all the numbers. Oh, we are going to, here, I've already run it at 40 pounds of boost, and lower boost for tuning, obviously. And the most I'm going to push these things to is 45 pounds of boost on the engine dyno. It's hard on parts, hard on my parts. And so that's all we're going to do with this. And it probably makes pretty close to what you think it makes. But it is really good piece. Good combinations. I think that there'd be a couple little things we would change maybe in the intake manifold and whatnot. But other stuff is really nice. So this is a really good, nice solid piece going in his car, and it's going to be a bad dude. So let's go out there, make a pull on this thing, and I think I'll talk to him. Maybe we can show you some lower horsepower numbers. All of my water. Oh, that was neat. Let me show you that. Well, that was interesting. And it it just broke the dyno. Not a major deal, nothing major, but as I told you before, you could see what was coming out there, and that was water, like a lot of water, because it was all over my floor. Blew stuff out like a great big power hose. And but I told you that this motor does not have any water in it. It's solid. So obviously it broke my dyno. And the simplest of things, but I gotta take it apart to fix it, is this used to be right here. This is my outlet control valve that controls the water in the absorber, in this half of the absorber. So what happened is that thing has finally given up the ghost. Right after I literally said, I don't like running these things in that 4,500 or 45 pounds of boost area if they're making big power like these things do. No more than that, because it's just hard on my parts. And then lo and behold, first pull at that, right after I say that, it blows that thing apart and blows everything all out of place. And doesn't do anything to the motor, except as soon as it blows that off, it unloads the motor. If you want to know how this works, how a dyno works, go to my playlist and go right down to how a dyno works. I explain in like a 20-minute or 30-minute video exactly how the absorber works, what's going on there, where the water's doing, what all happens, what it's measuring. But anyways, obviously didn't hurt the motor, just went up on the rev limiter. It was making big horsepower right there, and then it just, as soon as it blew that, it also unloads and unloads the load cell too, because the motor goes up on the rev limiter. It can't apply any load, and it was all done from there. Engine good, dyno not so good. The thing that's really killing me is I'm really hoping I just swapped over to all this to the gold lithium batteries, because there's a normal traditional deal, and they don't they're good, but they're heavy. I mean, heavy in race cars. I mean, obviously you got these really nice lithium batteries that weigh like 7 pounds, and that super small charger. So you got that whole deal there. And I just put this on, literally just put this on. And when it blew the line here, it just sprayed water all over everything. Now, obviously the battery doesn't give a crap if it gets water on it, but that battery charger does, that was facing the water. So I'm hoping everything is all okay there, because that's a really bad boy setup. I mean, cranks over like a mofo. A really nice deal. It's super light, and same things I have in the wagon. But anyways, like I said, motor good. Dyno will be good. No problem. Not down the road. So fix more stuff to fix. And anyways, I'm Steve Morris. Have a great day.